everybody, and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a birthday book haul, and it is going to be books from the whole month. It's bad. It's really bad. It's actually legitimately bad. I was debating if I wanted to put this up here, but this is probably the last haul that I'm going to be doing this year, except for potentially Christmas, because I do get a lot of books for Christmas. But I have been not wanting to do hauls because number one, I haven't been buying that many books. I think that's why this month looks so bad, because I've been avoiding buying books because I want to read what's on my shelves. But anyway, so I've gone on a couple of different book shopping trips and just ordered things, and Pango and Amazon and Barnes & Noble and Indie Bookstore, and been a month of books. And honestly, I've had a great time. I've had a great time. It's been so long since I've just gone book shopping and enjoyed book shopping, because like I said, the guilt that I have been feeling every time that I've bought a book, it became not as fun. I feel like the past couple of months, because I've been trying so hard. But this month I was like, let's do it. Let's do it. So I had a fun time, and I figured I would show you guys what I picked up. It's a lot of new releases. There are some older releases that I'm excited about, and I think it's just gonna be a fun, quick video. Yeah, yesterday was my birthday, but I did go pre-birthday book shopping like last week or 2 weeks ago with my friend Marissa. She came to visit, and she ended up buying me a book for my birthday, and I got a couple books then. And then for yesterday, so much fun. My husband was like, because I sent him a bunch of books to get me, and I was like, just pick two. And he was like, would you rather me pick two and order them, or would you rather just go to Barnes & Noble and shop? And I was like, that sounds more fun. So for my birthday, he took me to Barnes & Noble and was like, go rampage. So he held my little basket for me, and I was just throwing books in, and then he went and got a creme brulee frap, I think. I don't get coffee or anything like that. It's definitely a thing that I have like once a year, or we'll probably get one around Christmas, but coffee does not agree with me like at all. So it was a really nice, fun little extra treat that he ended up going to pick one of those up, and we shared it because I can't drink a whole one of those by myself. So we ended up sharing that. I was hopped up on caffeine for hours. I slept like a rock last night. I was so tired because I just don't consume any caffeine. Like, caffeine I consume is whatever's in chocolate, which could be a lot, but I was like bouncing off the wall. I started blowing bubbles in the Frappuccino, and my husband was like, I'm gonna take that away now. And I was like, yeah, that's probably for the best. I feel like I reverted to a 10-year-old yesterday. So he let me loose in Barnes & Noble, and I think I got like 8 books, something like that, which is, I feel like I've done that before. Like during the 50% off hardback sale, I definitely feel like I've done that before, but not just like buying books all at one time. It was crazy. Especially with how expensive books are now. Like, I saw the new copy of Will of the Many, and it's $35. Like, what are you talking about? Why is that so expensive? Like, $35 is crazy. I feel like we're getting to the point with books now, especially with the special editions costing more, it seems like, that I could actually probably order them from Waterstones at this point with the shipping, and it'd be the same price. Like, that's what it's starting to feel like, because I used to never order from Waterstones because the shipping was so crazy to come here. But now I'm like, it's the same price. Like, it's the same price. So anyway, did that. We ended up getting dinner because I don't like sitting in places either, and I was very antsy. And after her drinking a Frappuccino, I was like, we need to go home. So we got some dinner, brought it home. We watched a bunch of episodes of Abbott Elementary, which, if you're not watching, is the funniest show. It's so funny. That and The English Teacher, such good shows. And then I watched Dancing with the Stars last night with my mom. We watch it every week over text, and it's just so much fun. It was such a good day. So anyway, let's get into the actual book haul. There are going to be some books that are familiar if you watch all of my videos. Thank you very much. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of them. But if you watch all my videos and you watch the recent Owl Crate reading vlog, is a book haul in there, and some of those are in there because I went during while I was doing that reading vlog. So you will see some of these again, but the majority of the stuff you guys have not seen before. So anyway, let's get into the book haul. Let's start with the stuff that I did in the pre-birthday book haul, or do I want to start with stuff that let's start with stuff that I've just ordered that you guys haven't seen yet. I don't know what happened, but I went through like the craziest, like, oh my gosh, I need every romance book ever. And I'm like not a romance reader. Like I am, I enjoy romance, but I don't like go out of my way to buy a ton of romance. It's normally if I'm in the mood, I'll go get one and read it. But I just kept buying romance books this month. I don't know what it was. First up, I got from Pango, we have Morbidly Yours. I think this is so cute. This I actually, I wanted to get during Halloween and then I never did. And then I saw that someone was having a sale of this one and Love in Other Words, and I've been wanting this one. So I was like, okay, let's go ahead and get both of them from Pango. And I think they were $5 each, which is like a steal. And they're both in like brand new condition. And they came, I love Pango. They come with little stickers and there's a little bookmark. I was like, dang, I need to step up my Pango game. Like, I am not this fancy. I need to get fancier apparently, but I think these are great. So yeah, I'm really excited to read Morbidly Yours. And then Love in Other Words is definitely a Christina Lauren that I've been wanting to read. And I think it's one that I'm going to absolutely be obsessed with once I finally get to it. So these were two of the romances. Then continuing the romance trend, I bought Dating in Dismemberment. There's no spice in it. Otherwise I would not have bought it because I was like, monster romance? I don't know about that. But then I saw reviews about it and there's like almost no spice. And it's so cute. Like, I love the cover. I don't know why. And then I read, like, an excerpt on Amazon. And I was like, yeah, I'm obsessed with this. So I think I also got this one off of Pango. And again, brand new. Like, absolutely brand new. Like, it's like nobody even read this. And continuing with the romance, I bought a novel love story. This is one I've been wanting for quite a while. And I heard someone talk about it and it sounds literally exactly like what I would be obsessed with. And it sounds like a Hallmark movie. And so I feel like I need to read this immediately, but I'm reading a different romance book right now, Love and Other Conspiracies. So if I get out of my reading slump, which is what I'm dealing with right now, I was going to make a reading slump video, but it made me feel like I would be more in a reading slump if I talked about it. So instead I decided to do this, which is much happier for me. But yeah, novel love story. I think this sounds really good. I've heard like so-so things about it, but I also haven't read any other Ashley Poston romance books. So I'm thinking to read this one first, and maybe my expectations are a little more middle than other people who have read like The 7-Year Slip. I'm really excited to read this one. I also love how it feels. It's got that like matte finish feeling. Love that. Then we have Dawn of Onyx. I am a Romantasy girl now. I don't know if I like the books, but I keep buying Romantasy, and you're gonna see a trend throughout this video of Romantasy. The bookseller at Barnes & Noble yesterday literally asked me if I only read Romantasy. And I was like, no, normally I just read fantasy, but something has come over me and I have to read all the Romantasy I can get my hands on right now. I literally don't know what's going on, but I'm having a great time, kind of. I am in a reading slump, but I'm still kind of having a good time. So yeah, I bought this because the second or third book in the series is in the Goodreads Choice Awards, and I've heard like pretty good things about this series. So I was like, yeah, why not? Could I tell you what it's about? No, no, I could not. And then the final one that I picked up separate from the book hauls, like in-person book hauls, is The Dead Cattail Assassins. I love novellas. So this is like borderline short story novella. I want to say it's like 213 pages. So to me, that is a novella. I would count that as a novella. Anything under like 300 pages is kind of a novella to me. I don't know if that's actually what it is, but that's what my brain says it is. But this is also a nominee. I think it's in the fantasy category, and this just sounds really, really cool. And this is by the author that wrote, I believe, Ring Shout, which I have not read yet, but I also want to read. So I figured I'd read this for the Goodreads thing for my giant video I'm doing. I have been way too ambitious plotting this video out, and now I'm stuck. Now I'm like, oh no, this is not going well. But we bought this. It seems interesting, and it's weird dead assassins, part of a crew of assassins. So I think it sounds pretty good. Next, moving on to the haul that I did with Marissa. I have finished one of these books, and I'm currently in one of these books. So let's start with this. So I have already finished Guild, and I actually really liked it. I gave it a 4-star. I will talk about it more in my wrap up, but I remember skimming this one a couple years ago when it first came out, and I was not interested in it, but definitely my reading tastes have changed quite a bit. Like, I feel like back then I was reading mostly young adult, and so I was quite shocked, I feel like, when I read this, even though I'd read the ACOTAR series. I don't know why I was so surprised about this, but I'd never read anything more on the darker side of fantasy, and I think I took this at face value of like, oh, this is like the whole series. It's just gonna be constant like abuse the whole series. So my friend who has read almost the whole series except for the last book, Marissa, she said it's not like that. Focus on the fantasy and the world building aspect of this. It's actually really good. And I agree. I actually really enjoyed this and I really like the main character. So I ended up picking up this one and did read it already. And then she bought me the second one because she was like, you immediately have to go into the second one because the first one is the worst. And I was like, why is it this way with Romantasy? I feel like Romantasy, the first books are always awful. And then everyone's like, just get to the second or the fourth book and then it's really good. And I'm like, but she's right. But I actually did like Guild. I feel like I liked Guild more than the average person. And I'm currently reading Glint and I'm liking it so much. It's just so, it's like mind rot almost because it's so addicting. There's nothing like amazing about it, but the writing is so accessible and so easy and addicting that it's just fun to read. It's just one of those that like, this is a great series to read if you're having issues with being in a reading slump, because that's what I'm dealing with right now, but I'm still okay with reading this one compared to like other books. So I don't know, it's like some weird wizardry, okay? I would look at trigger warnings though if you want to pick this one up, but the first book is wow, like is a lot. I would definitely look at trigger warnings. So then we picked up Bridge Kingdom. See the theme? Romantasy. Like how many? I feel like I didn't have any, no, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're at 4. Bridge Kingdom. This, I don't know why I bought, because I did not like A Fate Inked in Blood, but I've heard this series is way better. A lot of people haven't liked A Fate Inked in Blood. And the cover. And then I saw the second one, because I originally wasn't going to buy this. I've seen it around, and I was like, no, I'm not going to buy it. But then I saw that they came out with the second one and also the change cover, so I was like, okay, they're doing the whole series. I don't want to buy like a special done one if they're not doing the whole series. It's why I haven't bought the new set of Stalking Jack the Ripper, because only the first one has been adapted to that new cover. I don't know if the rest of the series is. But anyway, Bridge Kingdom, this one was definitely a cover buy. Then Phantasma, another Romantasy. This was from the indie bookstore by my house. And well, by my house, like 45 minutes up into the city, because I live out in the rural area. But this is our book club pick for, I believe, February. So I decided to pick it up because we were there already and I saw it. But it was in the horror section. And I looked at Marissa and she was like, I don't know. Like, it shouldn't be there. So that was odd. They had a lot of stuff shelved weirdly. It was like they bought a bunch of stuff that they don't read and then just shelved it based on what the cover looked like. It was very strange. Like, I expect kind of stuff like that sometimes from Barnes & Noble, but I didn't expect it from an indie bookstore. It was very strange. And then I bought the Tainted Cup. I've been wanting this one for quite a while. And then we bought the Tainted Cup, which is definitely one that I've been wanting for quite a while. So I was like, yes, let's just get this one before this cover goes away, because that's what I was like. I really want the one with the no dust jacket printed on the hardback. I love this aesthetic like so much because I'm just not the biggest fan of dust jackets. I use dust jackets, I keep the dust jackets on, but they annoy the hell out of me while reading books. But I also think hardcovers do last longer than paperbacks, because to read a book, I prefer paperbacks. 100% prefer paperbacks. I find it more fun to read that way. But I think my paperbacks that are like 5 years old are like falling apart. Like, if I really love the book, they are falling apart because I've leafed through them. So like my ACOTAR paperbacks, original paperbacks, I don't touch those anymore. I'm gonna have to get I'm getting a whole new set of the new hardbacks of that series. Throne of Glass, I don't touch them. Vampire Academy, I don't touch them. Like all of those, you know what I'm talking about. My original copy of paperback Twilight is literally like, I'm shocked the cover hasn't come off. It's one of those like super aesthetic looking paperbacks you can tell has been leafed through so many times. So it's just like those books that you have nostalgia for. They're all goofed. So I do tend to get hardbacks because I do think they last longer. So I'm really excited about the Tainted Cup. This is also in Goodreads, so hopefully we'll get to this one. So that was the haul from when I went with Marissa, and that was so much fun. So anyway, that brings us to the Barnes & Noble haul yesterday. I would have gone to the indie bookstore, but the problem with the indie bookstore here, both of them, because there's not that many here. I was really surprised. This is kind of like a hipster area, so you would think there'd be a lot more bookstores. But the two, I have only found two, like actual indie bookstores, and they're both in the center of the city and of the student area, because there's a big college up in the city. And it's like directly in downtown, and it's always packed, and it's so hard to park in. So it was like 4 o'clock last night, and I was like, no way. There's no way we can go to that one. So we do end up going to Barnes & Noble and Books A Million more here than indie bookstores. Let's get into the Barnes & Noble haul. I'm so excited about these books. First up, I was so excited to find a copy of this. Someone You Can Build a Nest In, and if you can see, it has a 25% sticker off as is. So when they were opening the box, this must have just been like on the top, and they cut straight through the spine, but it kind of looks aesthetically pleasing, and the average person is not going to buy this, but I was like 25% off, and it doesn't even look that bad. Like, it looks almost part of the book, kind of, and I like the cover, so I'd probably display it this way anyway. But I was like, heck yeah, let's get this. And I've been wanting this one for quite a while. Like, I did not watch Gavin, Katie, Gabby video of them reading this because I wanted to read it without spoilers. So we picked this one up, and I picked up this one, which I am like really, really excited about. And again, it has my favorite aesthetic, which is printed on the hardback. Servant of Earth. I haven't heard anybody talk about this. It is a brand new release. It looks really cool. Like, and I love how it feels, and I like the premise of it. In the underground Fey realm, only the strongest and most ruthless have power, but a young human woman forced into a life of servitude is about to change everything. I feel like that is just like the definition of everything that I like. I'm basic, okay? I am so basic. Give me a downtrodden female main character who is going to overturn a much more powerful group. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it and probably eat it up. Next up, I went ahead and bought Gleam. Why is it so much bigger? Like, what the heck? I feel like this is like a Throne of Glass situation where it's like, why is it so big? Like, what is possibly in this book? This should have probably been 2 books. Like, what is going on? That is so big. It is double the size of Guild. So part of me is like, I'm nervous about this though. So I got the paperbacks because I like how the paperbacks look 1,000 times better than the hardcovers. I like the hardcover covers and I like the spine. I hate the weird yellow sprayed edges. Like, why aren't they gilded edges? Like, I feel like you missed an opportunity to just do gilded edges. But I like, these are so pretty. They're so pretty. But I am very concerned with cracking the spine on this one. So I'm probably going to mostly read this on Kindle Unlimited. Because I really, really don't want to crack the spine on the big books. Like, it makes me nervous. But I read Pride of the Orange Tree physically, and I did not crack that spine. I feel like that is one of the most impressive feats that I've ever managed. So I'm so careful with my books. I think I probably will be fine. Next up is one that I've been wanting for quite a while, and I should have probably just waited to get this one because I still need to finish the other sci-fi series by them, Aurora's Beginning, Aurora's End, whatever. I haven't finished that one. I have all 3 of them. Read the first one, loved it. I still need to read the second 2. But I picked up Skyward. It's one I've been really, really wanting to read. And Defiant, again, was in the Goodreads Choice Awards. So I was like, Goodreads Choice Awards really messed with my head about what books I wanted. Like, it really directed what direction this book haul went. So Skyward, it's one that I have been wanting for a while, though. I was just debating if I wanted this one or the UK copy. But I want these to match the Auroras and etc. those books. Next, I got one that came out early. I did not think I was gonna get my hands on a copy of this because supposedly it's coming out next week, but I feel like I've seen this one everywhere. So, but no, because it's on the author pages coming out November 26th. So yeah, this isn't supposed to be out yet, but I saw it and it was everywhere. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Blood of Hercules. This is also in the Goodreads Choice Awards, which I thought was weird because, again, it wasn't out yet. Like, I feel like that's so strange that it wasn't out yet, but whatever. So I don't know how it got, like, nominated like it did, but I think this sounds so good. I think this is really, really pretty. I'm hoping I like it. It's so cool. I'm hoping I like it because they're coming out with some really gorgeous additions next year. So I'm very excited about that. And I think Waterstones has a really pretty edition that's out right now. Okay, we are down to the final 3. I did pick up The Serpent and the Wings of Night. This may look familiar from a previous haul, but this is a different book. So I bought this, the indie published version of this, and I gave it to Marissa because she's trying not to buy books because they are in a smaller house and they don't have shelves set up because this is not their permanent house that they're living in right now. So she's like, I don't want to buy a bunch of books and then I have to move them to our permanent house. And so she's been not buying books, but she couldn't get her hands on a copy of this. So I was like, you just have mine. So I gave her a copy of mine, and then I ended up, that was like a year ago probably, and I ended up buying a copy that was traditionally published because I don't know if the indie published ones match these. I don't think they match. So I would be really annoyed if I went to buy the second one and they didn't match. She ended up doing me a favor, even though I didn't know it was getting traditionally published when I gave it to her. Then I ended up picking up Spark of the Everflame. This has been everywhere. This is everywhere in my face constantly. So I saw it and I picked it up, and I feel like this was one I was gonna put back, and then I didn't. So now it's here. It's all Romantasy. It's literally, I'm gonna count at the end how many Romantasy. I don't think this is Romantasy. This is the final book in the haul. This is Blood Over Bright Haven. I originally didn't get this because I didn't think it had good reviews. I think I was mixing up this with something else because this has amazing reviews so far and everyone is talking about this and having a great time with it. And it's got some sprayed edges, and I just think it sounds so good. I don't love the dust jacket. I hate shiny dust jackets, but I really wanted it, so I picked it up. And again, like I said, now it's here. So that is the haul. Let's see, how many Romantasy did I pick up? 1, and I'm not counting regular romance, just Romantasy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 Romantasy books, which is actually unhinged behavior for somebody who doesn't read Romantasy, but who's been enjoying it. So maybe I am a Romantasy reader. Is that what's happening? Is that what's happening? So regular fantasy, we picked up The Tainted Cup. Someone You Can Build a Nest In was in fantasy, but I've heard it's like fantasy, horror, and romance all at the same time, but we'll count it as fantasy. Servant of Earth is fantasy. Skyward is sci-fi. Skyward sci-fi? We're gonna say Skyward sci-fi. Blood Over Bright Haven. And then Dead Cat Tells Us. So 5 regular fantasy. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 romance books. And then 1 sci-fi. So I'm pretty happy. I am very happy with this all. I think the ones I'm most excited about are The Tainted Cup, Skyward, The Blood of Hercules, and A Novel Love Story. I'm so excited. So anyway, that was the birthday haul. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Just subscribe so you don't miss any future content. We're going to be working on something special. It's one of the reasons I'm in a reading slump. I am currently working on, I'm trying to figure out a title because everyone's got really cool titles and I don't. But it's basically a TBR tackle. I think Jan, I was just watching Jan's second episode, Jan Agaton. Her series is called Keep It or Kick It, I think. So that one's cute. And then Gavin Reeds is working on a series too. He's got some name ideas. And there's just a bunch of people doing TBR tackles. And I've been doing it for a while, but not specifically named. So I'm trying to figure out a name, but it's not going well. Like everything sounds so dumb that I come up with. It might just be, I don't know. That's what I'm working on right now. But the first video is going to be Illumicrate, and I have 17 books left for Illumicrate, and I'm doing all of them in one video because I'm sick of looking at them and just not wanting to read them. There's no reason to keep them around if I'm doing that. So it's one of the reasons I'm in a reading slump, because I've been trying to get through those and it's not going well. So the series is going to be more on the unhaul DNF side of things. So if you're not interested in that, I would definitely avoid those videos. But that is what I'm working on right now. I'm working on a Goodreads video, and I'm working on that first, I don't know what to call it, the new series of basically weeding down my TBR, which I've been doing already. but I wanted to actually put a series together because this feels different than the normal Illumicrate reading vlog. This is like going through my old books because I want to get to the point where every 2 or 3 Illumicrate books that I get, I do a reading vlog and then I'm caught up. That's like the dream. That's the dream. So with this new series, I'm gonna be doing like crazy brutal backlist weeding out books. So we're gonna be doing that. I would definitely subscribe so you don't miss any of that. Make sure you like the video if you enjoyed it, and definitely make sure to leave a comment down below if you've read any of these books. No spoilers, but definitely let me know if you liked it. And I'm definitely not buying any more books for the rest of the year. So happy and sad. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.